Hey, I'm Wyatt Johnston, 2021 NHL Draft prospect and 2021 U18 World Champion, and I'm coming on I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Hey, I'm Ethan Del Mastro, 2021 NHL Draft prospect, 2021 World Champion, and I'm coming on the I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Looking for the most beers on tap? Great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.
The number one sports podcast in Vancouver with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike.
Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
For the leadership group of this team, right across the scores! Wyatt Johnston, bang, back of the net. It's 1-0 Canada.
Maggio for Johnston. Johnston will slot his shot. He scores! Johnston with the steal on the board! Well, exactly what they needed at the right time here. Maybe he would have liked it after that third goal, but nonetheless, Spitfires are on the board. Wyatt Johnston, first Ontario Hockey League goal, first goal for the Windsor Spitfires in this.
By Harrison ties his man up. Wyatt Johnston comes in and gets the turnover. Nice feed across for Electric.
This is I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. We are going live.
As well.
Ethan, born in Ontario. When did you start playing hockey? And if my stats are correct, you played your minor with Toronto Marlboros, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I started pretty young. I think both me and Wyatt started pretty young, probably around the 4 or 5 age. It's when I first kind of strapped them on and kind of played kind of jokingly, just, Timbits and stuff like that. Nothing too crazy. But, yeah, I played minor midget and 3 years before that as well with the Marlies, originally from kind of Hamilton area. So I kind of moved out to the GTHL pretty early and joined the Toronto Titans and then moved on to the Marlies later on.
Okay. And Wyatt, born in Ontario as well. And I believe my stats are right. You played for the Toronto Marlboros as well.
Yeah, I was an 8-year Marley, and I played with Ethan for 3 years. So yeah, 8-year Marley, been playing hockey for, I don't know, as long as I can remember pretty much.
Okay.
And go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just going to say, when did you start? You figure when did you start skating, like 2 or 3 or something like that as usual?
Yeah, I think I was 2. And then I think maybe I may have even started playing when I was 3.
Okay.
I think I was pretty anxious to get playing, I think, according to my parents at least.
And did you guys play any other sports growing up?
Yeah, I think we both played soccer, actually. We've known each other for a while, actually, way back when the Brick Invitational. We were both on the same team for that. And we've always been in the same location playing hockey. So I think we've always known about each other. But back in the Brick is when we first kind of met and became friends. And I know we've been pretty close since then. And I think we both kind of played sports in our off season. I know soccer is one big thing we always talked about, who's better. We both played rep, but he claimed to always be better, but I don't know about that.
But yeah, who is better?
I'm better, 100%.
I'm surprised you guys didn't play in lacrosse down in that area.
Yeah, a lot of lacrosse players. I think just because all my brothers played soccer, it just kind of gradually just went into that. Obviously lacrosse is a huge thing, but I think my parents just kind of wanted me to do soccer because they thought it was a good cardio thing for the off season.
For me, I think my dad was helping out with a local, I think, house league, kind of league and organization. So I just kind of got into it from there. And then, yeah, I played up and then I played rep and up until maybe I was 15 or something.
Okay. Any nicknames, and what's your guys' favorite jersey number and why?
I have like 100 nicknames. My last year with the Spitfires, they called me Johnny, but before that, I've been dubbed pretty much my whole life, and then that's kind of translated into like a bunch of different nicknames, kind of relating to dub. So yeah, I have a ton.
And what's your favorite jersey number?
55.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've been 55 for a while. So
is there a reason why you choose that number?
I was 5. I was 5 when I was playing house league, when we were kind of too young to choose, I think. And so I just kind of stuck with it, and I liked it. And then once we got to kind of choose any number, I decided to double it, because why not?
Everything's better in twos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I got 2 nicknames really. It's just Marcy, Del, or Deli. Those have kind of been the ones that have stuck with me for forever, I guess. Just kind of easy with the last name. Dubs had a couple. I know in the Marlies we'd always just come up with something new. I don't know how, his name, I felt like it was always easy to come up with a new one. But yeah, definitely probably 77. I think it's my number. It's the number I've been for forever. But same with dub. I mean, back in the day, I was just 7, and then my dad said one day, why not double it? And I guess I kind of did, and it's just stuck with me forever.
Yeah, I mean, one of the best defensemen ever with Paul Coffey wore 77. So
yeah, he's actually our coach back in the day too, in minor midget and stuff. So
he was?
Oh, really? That's kind of cool.
He's kind of been with the Marley organization for forever, and I know Dub knew him a lot longer than I did. But coming over, he was one of the big reasons I kind of wanted to switch over to the Marlies. Having him as a kind of a mentor or coach, one of the best defensemen, obviously you can learn a lot from him.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's kind of cool, guys. That's a special thing, man. That's not very many people can say they got coached by Paul Coffey. That's pretty cool. Who do you mirror your game after or try and play like for both of you guys?
I like to model my game after Mitch Marner. He plays on my favorite team, the Leafs. So I watch a lot of Leafs games, and I think he's a pretty special player. Like just kind of his hockey IQ and the way he sees the game, I think it's pretty unreal. So I think he's one guy I like to model my game after.
Yeah, I had a couple. I looked at Colton Parenko a lot. Guy in St. Louis who logs a lot of minutes and kind of does it all for them. He's able to play offense, play defense, and do it all. I know recently a lot of people have been kind of telling me they see it in the playoffs. Watching Toronto all the time, Ben Sherratt on Montreal. A lot of people think I kind of play like his style, and I guess I take that as a compliment for him shutting down one of the top lines in the NHL and kind of a big cause and then moving on to the next round.
Yeah, sorry that you're a Leafs fan there, Wyatt, but I'd love to see. I love to see Montreal knock them out there. I did. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm pretty sure Dal's a Leafs fan too. I think.
Yeah, we both are. So tough loss. It's kind of been repetitive, but I mean, you can't not cheer for the Leafs. It's been one of the teams I cheered for my whole life. So I don't know. It's hard to switch up on them.
And
I absolutely agree with you. And I'm not a Canadiens fan at all, but I'm a Canucks fan. But it just kind of fell into it. I took the Canadiens in my hockey pool, so I had to roll with them against the Leafs.
Yeah, the guy went and stacked up with like 10 Montreal Canadian players on his 12-man roster. So he was like totally went all in on him for no reason. Didn't have to be an idiot like that, but he did.
And I'm in first place. What are you saying?
I guess it's working right now.
Yeah. Any pregame rituals or routines for you two?
Now you go first.
Yeah, I'll go. I kind of have a routine that I kind of like to follow. Nothing that like specific, just kind of, my routine, like napping and just kind of little things. But yeah, I don't really have anything to kind of set in stone or anything.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of similar. I don't do anything too crazy. I mean, every here and there, just simple stuff like, sleeping before a game when I can. But I mean, I don't really let that get in my head. And like, if I don't sleep before a game, it's going to be a bad game. I don't really think like that. But other than that, I just kind of keep it simple and kind of stick to the same routine, but nothing too crazy. Not that superstitious.
And what's one of your weaknesses, and how are you looking to improve on it?
I think for me, my skating, I think my straightaway speed's one thing that I really want to work on. And I think a lot of that's just kind of building lower body strength and power. So, I'm able to work that in the gym and try to get stronger, which will just ultimately make me a faster player.
Yeah, I'd say one thing I kind of focused on a lot in the off season was just my shot from the point. I think it's super important at the next level, and a lot of scoring opportunities are created from that. So, a lot of the top D are able to walk the blue line and create those chances, and I think that's kind of something that I really focused on.
Take me back to draft day, Ethan, when you were drafted 12th overall to Mississauga in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, pretty amazing experience. I know, huge day, and it kind of the start of my hockey career. Well, not the start, but the start of the OHL career, and it's kind of a super unreal experience. I was down at the OHL. I was watching my brother actually, so I'm down at the hotel, and his whole team's kind of fired up that I got drafted, and it's kind of a cool experience. Be able to watch my brother right after, and luckily went on to win the Tels Cup that year, so it's a pretty crazy experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And Wyatt, to be back to draft day for you, 6th overall to the Windsor Spitfires.
It's definitely pretty special. Hearing your name called by an OHL team, it definitely felt really good, and I was really proud of it and really honored. And yeah, I think it's a pretty special day, especially just knowing where you might be able to play in the OHL for the next year. And that was a dream of mine as I was getting older, and I kind of set that as a goal. So it's kind of the start of, I guess, my OHL career. And I think it was a big fun day, exciting.
And take me back to your first goal. And do you still have the puck?
Yeah, I have it hung up in my room. I think it was in the first game. It was a pretty crazy game. I think we ended up winning it like 9-6. So it's a pretty fun game to play in, and yeah, I was lucky enough to get my first goal there.
And sure. Ethan, take me back to your first game dressing up with the Steelheads, and how much did you learn from Thomas Harley, another defenseman?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously pretty cool. I mean, an exhibition, he was there, but he kind of had to leave for Dallas, so he wasn't there for my first regular season game. But we had a great decor, and it was pretty unreal to finally step in there and kind of feel what it's like to play that OHL action. I know that the regular season was a little bit different than the exhibition. Came in the exhibition, and then I know a lot of the teams kind of play their younger guys, and it's a little bit of a different game than the regular season when they have their full lineup in. But yeah, when he came back later in the season from Dallas, it's pretty crazy what he can do with the puck and his skill set. Being a first rounder to Dallas, and you see what he's done at the World Juniors and stuff like that. Having him kind of on your team and on your decor it's pretty special to watch him and learn from him.
And have you always been a D-man, by the way?
Yeah, my whole life. I think just because all my brothers have been defensemen as well, I just kind of jumped right into defense. Didn't really think back, and think twice about it.
I like it. You might as well dedicate yourself right off the bat.
And yeah, if you could sit down for dinner with anyone famous, dead or alive, who are you choosing?
You go.
I don't know. There's a lot of cool, pro athletes that I think a lot of people would choose. Obviously, like some cool hockey minds, but I think when you go away from the sport and kind of look at other people, like I know McGregor's one that a lot of people say just because his winning mindset and stuff like that, and just kind of how he carries himself is something that's pretty cool. And I mean, to sit down and kind of pick at his brain and see what he's thinking all the time, some of his interviews and stuff, and like, UFC meetings, he's pretty crazy. So just kind of get to know him and his personality would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think I think it kind of depends what I'm looking for. I think one guy would definitely be Michael Jordan. I think after seeing the Last Dance documentary, I don't know, just being able to sit down with him and talk to him, I think that'd be pretty cool just to kind of learn everything about him. Yeah. And then also another guy, when he brought up Floyd Mayweather, I thought of a Conor McGregor. I think that would just be a lot of fun, and I think he definitely has a pretty good mindset, and I think that would be a good person to sit down to dinner with.
Yeah, we get those choices all the time, and mine I always go with is Muhammad Ali, or if it was hockey, obviously the great one.
And then for me, I always go with Tupac or Seth Rogen.
That'd be a good one as well.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be eating much; you'd be laughing the whole time.
I know what a comedian he is, but that's some things that we took there. I always get a good laugh at.
And he's awesome because he's from Vancouver too. So that's why I've never got the chance to see him or meet him or get him on the podcast yet. But he's our goal.
Both of you guys have been lucky enough to represent our country, and you guys did a hell of a job at it. This last tournament right here at the U18s, winning the gold medal at the World Championships. Taking you back to that, guys, and what was like putting that gold medal on?
I think, for me, it was definitely pretty special. Just going there, it was our my first game personally in 14 months. So it was definitely pretty special. And then having a chance to play for Canada is just another dream come true. I played last year at the under-17s, and it's always pretty special when you get to put on the maple leaf. It was an amazing experience. Winning gold was pretty special and something that I don't think I'll ever forget.
And why? Can you take me back to your first Gino in that tournament?
I think it was a snipe. I can't remember what happened. I think I batted the puck out of midair and it trickled onto the goal line, and then another team tried to swipe it out and it hit off another defender and went in. So I don't know if I meant to do it, but
a goal is a goal, man. We'll take it.
Exactly.
We'll take it.
Oh yeah, I banked plenty in off the defender. And I'll take my empty netters too.
Yeah.
And
I think similar to why, obviously representing your country is an unbelievable experience and, something you're super proud of. And I think it was a little different though with, COVID and stuff like that. So obviously it's a little hectic with all the precautions that they had, but, it was for our safety and something you had to follow. But overall, a great experience. And, winning gold is something that you can't do all the time. And it's something that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life. And, not winning a championship in a while, it's an amazing experience and, a great group of guys that I'll never forget. Just an overall great experience.
Yeah, you guys have a stacked team, and it's nice to see you guys move up together too. I feel like most of the U17 team was there at the U18s, and then hopefully, guys, next year it's the World Juniors.
Hopefully. Hope so.
And Ethan, not trying to pump your tires or anything, but me and Ryan were watching a couple of the games, and I think it was first game. I'm like, dude, we got to get him on the podcast. I'm like, that kid's a stud. I'm like, he's a big defenseman. I'm like, I want to get this guy on the podcast. A, and B, the Canucks need this guy. So hopefully Canucks end up drafting you.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, draft's coming up soon, so obviously super excited for that. And I was just happy to finally play, after a year and a half and not being able to play and not really playing our draft year is super cool and super privileged to be able to go out to that and show what I had.
Ryan, hit them with the draft question.
If you were an animal, what would you be?
I think I'd probably choose a cheetah. I think it's probably one of my favorite animals ever since I was a kid. Every stat, it's always about their speed and how cool they are that ways. I've always loved that, and I think that's one animal I choose.
That's a good question. Maybe I might be a dog.
I like that answer when people do that. They say that as their answer. Not many people do, but I always like it because it's a man's best friend, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think dogs are really cute. I think, humans always like to play with them and have fun with them. So I don't know. I think being a dog would be pretty fun and cool.
Yeah, I'd say 99% of dogs live a pretty good damn life. So
yeah,
I'd love to be a dog too.
And I always go with a dolphin because I'm bald and I got a nose. It's like I got no hair, so I kind of look like a dolphin.
As Ethan plays with this flow that we haven't had since we were
put the hat off for a second. I'm like, maybe make sure my hair is looking good or something. But
no. Geez, I haven't seen hair since before you guys were born. Probably it was 2001.
Next one is there's a $100 bill at the bottom of the toilet, $20 bill on the counter. Which one are you guys going for?
It depends what the toilet's looking like, I think. If it's a family toilet or something like that, and it's freshly flushed, I might go for that 100. But it kind of depends the circumstances.
Yeah, I guess it's fair. You got to see the toilet, but I think as long as it's pretty, or at least somewhat clean, I think I'm going for the $100 bill. So you can always wash your hands after and.
Absolutely, you got it. And the reason for that question is You guys will get this from some teams. I guarantee it coming up here. And the reasoning is that you want to, you're willing to get your hands dirty. So that's why you're going for the 100.
Yeah. But Cole Perfetti's the one that told us that. And we've used it ever since.
Yeah.
Have you guys had any crazy draft questions?
I don't think I have anything too crazy. I know. Once I had, have you ever broken the rules or something like that? And it's like, would you do it again? I think it's sometimes they just throw questions at you to kind of stump you and just kind of see what your response is.
I can't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was like Wyatt Kaiser or something like that. I can't remember the exact person it was, but one of their questions they got was, your house is on fire. Who are you saving, your mom or your dad? Like that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And I'm 99% sure he answered his dog just through a curveball.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten a few questions. I think I've gotten a few riddles. I think one was like, if you're on a plane and it's going down, like, are you taking it to try and or I guess like the pilot's passed out or something? Are you the one who's gonna fly the plane, or is someone else gonna take it? And yeah, so yeah, I think I've had a few kind of questions like that.
That's actually a good one, because it's basically you're saying, yes, of course I'm going to try and take it because you're a leader, right? You're willing to step up, that kind of thing. What's your guys' favorite road barn in the O?
Road barn?
Yeah, road barn.
Yeah, favorite road barn.
I think for me, I think probably my favorite place to play is probably London, just because I think it's kind of like it's an NHL atmosphere there. So I think that's a pretty special place to play, and they pack the building every time, and there's a little bit of a rivalry between us and the London Knights, so there'll be some signs in the crowd and chirping us. So yeah, I think that's one place.
Yeah, I definitely have to say London and Kitch. I think just because their fan bases are pretty strong, it's kind of a cool place to kind of play, and obviously they're not always cheering for you, but just how loud they are sometimes, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, London's our number one answer for sure in the OHL. Every player we ever ask, it's always London. And then the dub, we get Portland.
Yeah.
What's your guys' go-to celly?
I'm not much of a cellier. I don't think. I don't know. I think I had one celly that I'd do in minor midget, and people would chirp me because I do it every time, and I think I just put my arm up and then untuck my jersey. It was just natural for me. I don't know, but I know Del would always chirp me about that. I'm not a big cellier.
Yeah, he would do the same thing every time, but I think it was just habit or something. But I'd have to remind him that he did it every time, and he's like, "No, I didn't." And then he realized I think he finally started realizing at the end of the year that he would do it every time. But every time he scored, he'd put his hand up in the air and then pull the jersey up from the back. But I'd be coming into the circle in the huddle and laughing my head off just at him. But
yeah, and taking elbows almost in the face and as it's happening.
Yeah, just pulling up the jersey. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My go-to celly in beer league hockey, because I score all these goals, I'm great and everything, and it's like you can't see me, and I do that, and the goalies will hack me, and they'll usually attack me. And
that's good.
Ethan, being a defenseman, I'm sure you don't celly as much, but do you have a go-to celly?
Yeah.
I'd probably just go with tucking the weapon away. Maybe that one. That was just a classic, kind of low key, but kind of subtle. But I like it.
What color is your guys' stick tape, and favorite Gatorade color?
I use black. I think I've always been a black tape guy. And then favorite Gatorade, either red or there's the cool blue kind of one. I think it's Gatorade Frost or something. I like that blue one.
Yeah, I've been black probably my whole life, but recently I kind of switched to white, and I don't know, I kind of been going back and forth. Right now I'm on black though. But yeah, it's kind of used to always be black, but I don't know, I just kind of recently switched it up. Feel like the hands are better with white, but the shot's better with black. But I don't know. I'd probably go with just blue for Gatorade color. I think that's one that's always been my favorite.
The goalie can't see the puck if you have black tape.
So I go with white tape, and then I take a puck and I trace a puck, and I trace the puck, and I trace pucks, and it looks like there's 3 pucks, and then I color it in with a Sharpie on my white tape, so it looks like I have 3 pucks on my beer league stick.
So
how does that? Yeah, how does that work for you?
Yeah, I don't really score that much regardless, so that's why I celly so hard when I score.
Do you guys have any hidden talents?
Yeah.
Honestly, couldn't think of one. I don't know. I don't really do too much in the off time practicing talents. I don't know. Probably a pretty boring guy with no talents, but yeah, maybe Wyatt has some.
I wouldn't say I'm talented, but I used to play the trombone, and I don't think anyone else in the world would say I'm good, but I thought it was decent.
Okay, fair enough. What do you got? What's your guys' biggest hockey moment thus far in your guys' career?
I'd probably say the U18 championship. Just that one, it's pretty special. Winning gold as Team Canada. I think it's something that every kid dreams of, and a lot of kids watch that and aspire to be that one day. And that was me back in the day. To finally do that, it's incredible.
For sure.
Yeah, I gotta go with that too. I think it's pretty special when you're a kid. You're looking up to those guys who are playing in the World Juniors, the U18s, and I think it's just pretty cool to win that tournament. So I think that's my number one hockey moment, 100%.
Absolutely, it must be. And about 30 minutes ago, we just had on Nolan Allen, and we were talking to him about the game and stuff too. And that hit must have pumped you guys up, when you put the Russian over the boards.
Yeah, Al's a beauty, and he's a hard player to play against. And right off the bat, he puts a guy on the bench, and I think it was their captain, and it was right in front of me, and I think our whole D course just screaming at the guy, so I kind of felt bad for him, but I loved it.
Oh yeah.
You guys have a favorite?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I don't think I had a shift yet at that point, so I was already really hyped up, and then I don't know. I think I was just over the moon after that in excitement.
And do you guys have a favorite sports movie?
I'd probably go either Remember the Titans or Coach Carter. Both pretty good and classic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love sports movies. I think maybe Miracle has got to be one of them, and then I also loved Moneyball.
Yeah.
All good choices.
And I always say Rudy. For me, Rudy, and I'm an old school Mighty Ducks too.
Mighty Ducks 2?
Yeah.
That's a good one as well. Love the back.
I always go. Yeah, exactly. I always go with Remember the Titans or Blindside.
Yeah, Blindside's really good as well.
Blindside's good. I like that one.
What's your guys' favorite music before the games, or what's your go-to song? Do you have a song that pumps you guys up?
I think I kind of go with a variety of songs. Never anything too crazy. In Mississauga, we kind of kept the playlist just, pretty much anything, whatever we're kind of feeling. I actually had aux in the U18 room, so kind of just switched it up and put everything on, kind of took requests.
I'm more of an EDM guy before games. I don't know if I have one song, I think it's Radioactive, but there's a Kendrick Lamar remix. And I really like that one. And
okay.
Deli to play that a couple times.
Yeah, he's always screaming at me to play it, so I gotta put it on to make him happy.
And plus your initials as well are EDM, right?
Yeah, I know. But people, I remember back, I forget when it was. It might have been right when I got to Mississauga. People would call me Edmonton or EDM or something like that, just because of my initials.
That's awesome.
That's good.
If a scout or GM were to ask, what do you bring to the table, or describe your game?
First, what?
If I were to describe my game,
yeah,
I'm a skilled two-way forward. I think I'm a mix of a playmaker and a shooter. Not one or the other. So, I think that's how I describe myself.
Yeah, I say I'm a two-way defenseman who's physical and I can make plays. I think I'm a player that a lot of teams need for playoffs, and that's the reason why they should draft me.
Absolutely. And Ethan being a defenseman, did you see that dangle by Troy Stetcher today for Team Canada?
Yeah, I did. Canada's been having a, kind of not the best tournament, but they really showed up for that game, and what a dangle, and feed them backdoor. Pretty special win in overtime.
Yeah, where was that in Vancouver? Like, he did nothing like that here.
Yeah.
Hey, Stetcher was good here. And he's a nice guy to us.
Yeah, he was.
The one thing I was going to say, the $1,000 question. Have we done this?
Yeah. No, hit him.
Okay. If there was a $1,000 prize on the line and you had to sing one karaoke song, what song are you singing?
I'd have to think about that. Because there's a lot of songs that I think I know like a couple of them, but I feel like I'll get stumped like halfway through.
Nolan went with "Don't Impress Me Much" by Shania Twain.
Jeez, that's off the board. That's off the board. I wouldn't expect that from Al.
Yeah, I could not see him singing that.
He said he did it in front of the whole team at the whole Prince Albert team. I guess the rookies had to do it.
I think I'd probably go. I mean, this is a song that I sang in front of my team actually. "I Want It That Way," Backstreet Boys. I think that's classic, and I feel like the words aren't too hard to mess up. It's pretty much the same thing over again, every here and there.
Yeah, it's a good one, classic.
I think for me, it depends on the criteria. I think if they're going for what sounds good, I'd probably go with like a rap song because I'm not the best singer, but I could go with "I Will Always Love You" by Whitney Houston.
Celine Dion.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that one. I'm good at singing that one.
Okay.
Hang on. That's Whitney Houston.
Yes, it is. Where'd you get Celine Dion from?
I don't know. I thought it was a Titanic song.
I can do that one too, maybe.
What's your guys' favorite sports franchise outside of hockey?
I think with the Raptors winning, that was one that was kind of one that I always loved, just because I kind of got more into basketball when they were kind of stacking up and getting better, and then when they made that run and won it all, I think it was a pretty cool experience, to be in Toronto and experience that.
I think I gotta go with the Raptors too. Being the only team in the NBA, and I watch NBA probably more than most sports other than hockey, of course. But yeah, I have to go with the Raptors too.
Hey fellas, I just want to thank you guys both for taking the time for us today and coming on and chatting with us. We're big fans of both you guys. We know you guys are both going far in hockey, and you have a fan in us for life, that's for sure. I appreciate the time, guys.
Yeah, we hope to one day have you on again down the road, of course.
Thank you
for having us.
Looking for the most beers on tap, great steaks, great staff? Head over to the John B. Pub.
We got the best beers, steaks, chicken wings, nachos in town. Come see us at the John B. Pub.
The John B. Pub, the best bar in town. Come sign up for our football pool. Say Hayes sent you.